Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you the numerology forecast for August 2023. But before I do, as always, let's recap what 2023 has in store for us. There's a reason why I do this in every single video. It's the energy of the whole year. We just have different energies coming in to work with it throughout the year. 2023 is the 7 energy. How do we know this? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. In this month's positive energy, I'm using the letter I. It's about being inquisitive, intuitive, intellectual. It's insightful, introspective, independent, investigative, and instinctive. The 7 is the seeker of spiritual truth. I chose the letter I for I am energy. The flip side of this energy, not following the I as such, is it can be an energy of cheating. It's grim, deceitful, skeptical, sarcastic, fault-finding, cunning, defensive. It's known as the thief, intolerant, and secretive. The lesson I'm suggesting for you this month, based around the 7 energy, is to start the sentence with I am. I am is an acronym, in this case, for either intuitive, aware, mindful. The flip side of this energy for the I am acronym could be inconsistent, aloof, and melancholy. Be mindful of your emotions this month. Be mindful of your thoughts this month. Be mindful of your words this month. They have more power than you can imagine. To know more about 2023, I have created a video on this and will leave the link in the description below. Recap on the energy month in, month out to really grasp what the numerology is sharing with you. Now, before I move on to August, July was a 7-5 combo. Something big happened, and if you're in the world that I live in, which is not the world my family live in, something big happened, and it was a release of a long-awaited movie called The Sound of Freedom. Have you heard about it? There are so many mixed and controversial conversations going on across the world right now with regards to this movie. It was promoted by Mel Gibson, Tony Robbins, and many others. It has been silenced by mainstream media. The 7 suggests that you do your own investigation. Watch the movie and ask questions. What is it really telling you? With regards to your own children, what is it really telling you about how it acquired its funding? What's it really telling you about organisations supposedly set up to protect children? Sound of Freedom struggled to be made ready for theatrical release for many years. The script was written in 2015 and the filming finished in 2018. Sound of Freedom was created to raise awareness about the difficult truths of child trafficking. The Sound of Freedom producers made a distribution deal with 20th Century Fox. Disney officially purchased 20th Century Fox in 2019. Disney shelved Sound of Freedom. In March 2023, Angel Studios obtained the worldwide distribution rights. Sound of Freedom became a box office success just a week following its release on July the 4th, 2023. One of the main reasons for its triumph is its great word of mouth. Angel Studios acquired worldwide rights to the movie and used equity crowdfunding to raise money for its marketing and distribution. Angel Studios had also used a pay it forward promotion that encouraged patrons to buy gift tickets for those who wished to watch the movie in theatres for free. This last part is a very six-based energy. 6 is the month we're in right now, but it's a very six-based energy. And last year in my videos, I mentioned that the way to move forward was more of a pay it forward type mindset. This has used that as an example. Already at the box office has received more than it cost to make and surpassed some of the other movies being released right now. This movie has since proven to be a word of mouth hit. There's no better marketing than word of mouth. If you like something or someone, share it with the someone and to others. The best form of advertising is word of mouth. So whether you've got your business or you're looking to promote yourself in any way for a new career, to get into a relationship, look how you show up. The Sound of Freedom highlights the fastest growing international crime network. It has passed the illegal arms trade and will soon pass the illegal drug trade. It's a story about Tim Ballard. He was about to back out, and his wife said to him, "I will not let you jeopardize my salvation by not doing this." 7 is a religious number. 7 is a spiritual number. Somewhere in Tim Ballard's wife's soul, she knew that this mission had to take place. The quote from the movie by Jim Caviezel, who plays Tim Ballard, is, "The reason that he did this, God's children are not for sale." The only way you can really comment on this movie is to watch it and then do your research. Who initially funded it? Who funded it for it to get released? What's it really about? What is the bigger picture? How are you connected to your children? How observant are you when you are out in a public place with your children? Do you know where your children are? Millions of children go missing every year across the world. This month is all about family and children. And with that in mind, let's move on. August is the 8th month. So we add 8 to the 7 of the current year, and that gives us 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 is the number of counsel, serve, and healing. Energies that come forth with the 6 is about responsibility, healing, being supportive, warm, nurturing, friendly, sympathetic, hospitable, creative, the counselor, and compassionate. The flip side of this energy, because there's always a flip side, is it can be intrusive, meddlesome, overbearing, martyr, preachy, the doubter, worrier, jealous, cynical, belittling, and the complainer. It is the number of perfection, and half the time nothing is good enough, and the other half everything is going to be sunshine and roses. The lesson I'm suggesting, based around the 6-7 energy and the I am acronym, is innovative, affectionate, and maternal. And the flip side of the I am acronym is interfering, authoritarian, martyr, or meddlesome person. Watch where your energy flows this month. Put it in the higher vibration, because it conquers so much more than being in the lower vibration. Everything is energy. I've mentioned this before. Tesla said, if we could understand energy, frequency, and vibration, we would understand the working of the universe. It's hidden in the numerology. 6 is about home, family, healing, responsibilities. At the forefront is relationships. As you know, sometimes before I create a video, I'll pull a card. It could be a tarot card, an oracle card, or some other kind of card. A set of cards I have here is Louise Hay's cards. They're power thought cards. And I gave them a shuffle. and I pulled a card. And what's really interesting with the question is, what is my biggest message in the video I'm about to create? And what came up was, my life is a mirror. On the flip side of this card, it says, the people in my life are really mirrors of me. This affords me the opportunity to grow and change. They are reflections of what we need to work on or that we've overcome. Looking at relationships, I want to share ancestral mathematics here. No, it's not anything too complex or complicated. Take a look. In order to be born, you needed 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 second great-grandparents, 32 third great-grandparents, 64 fourth great-grandparents, 128 fifth great-grandparents, and so on. For you to be born today from 12 previous generations, you needed a total of 4,094 ancestors over the last 400 years. Think for a moment what that possibly can mean. How many struggles has the energy running through you been through? How many battles? How many difficulties? How much sadness? How much happiness? How many love stories? How many expressions of hope for the future did your ancestors have to undergo for you to exist in this present moment? When you hear the saying, we are all one, we really are all one. And no matter what we do, we are connected to our ancestral line and upbringing. We can worry about the future, but everything happens in the here and now. And it's down to us as awakening beings to change anything that doesn't feel right, anything that is negative. Because what we do in this lifetime not only changes it for ourselves, it changes it for the past and the future. The 6 asks for you to be present at all times. The 6 is also about domestic matters and duties. This month will reveal flaws and imperfections along with joy regarding your personal life. Everyone is a mirror. Everyone is a student and everyone is a teacher, no matter what age or background they come from. When you start to see the energy of the people and not the physical being of the people, you get to read the world in a different way. Very 7 energy. This year has really been about going deep and finding out more about who we are and why we are here. This month, you will find yourself drifting back over childhood memories due to meetings or just something that triggers you. There are things in the past that haven't been resolved, and one of them may be connecting with your inner child. Your inner child calls out to you over and over. The one person that you need to be supporting is your inner child. Listen to them, guide them. You've grown now from the young you to who you are now. Ask yourself, what would you like to say to the 10-year-old you that would stop the you then worrying about where you'll be in the future? Remember when you connect with your inner child to let them know how much you value, respect, appreciate and love them. Questions to ask yourself. What is holding you back? Do you need to release any blame, shame, grief, anger, guilt, or pride in order to overcome your current challenge or challenges? Or perhaps you made a promise to someone as they passed away and are finding it challenging to keep. I have a friend who's following a promise or a request from her father. I have a nephew who recently lost his father, doing his best to fulfill a request his dad had. It's not always wise to follow these through. And with regards to my nephew, he got so into what he thought his dad would be proud of that he lost his way and has had to take time out. He didn't give himself time to grieve. The promises you want to keep are the promises you make to yourself, and do not make promises to other people if you cannot keep them. A long time ago I learnt this when my ex-husband would promise the children he would do something and it didn't materialise. I often would let myself down and realised that perhaps if I promised myself to do or achieve something, I couldn't break that promise because a promise was sacred. Promises made by you to you, if they're stacked and in your best interest, follow them through. And if they're not, let them go. And promises you make to other people, if the people were still around right now and they saw the challenges and struggles you were going through, I'm sure they would pull back and say, don't worry, love, let that go. Do what you can do best, because what I did at the time was my best. And that's the best way to pass something on, to do your best in each and every moment. Last year, 2022, was a 6th energy. We're in a 6th month. The energy was responsibility versus sacrifice. And yes, month in, month out, I reminded you about what are you responsible for? What do others need to be responsible for? And if you've got this all muddled up, there's going to be some sacrifice involved. Now, I don't normally go back and watch my videos, but something had me go back and re-watch the video I made in September when it was the 6th year and the 7 energy. It's well worth taking a look at that video again because there's a lot of great information in there. If you didn't sort out the responsibilities and you're still sacrificing, you've got a small nugget here, a month, to work through these things. This month suggests you spend time at home, in the house, do maintenance or make it over. Make your home a family-loving, peaceful retreat environment that you can go to rest and repair. This month, spend time with family and close friends. Here in the UK and in many countries, the summer vacation is here, summer holidays. Spend time with your children. Turn off IT, turn off the TV, go outside, do activities, take them to the country, take them in nature, take them to the beach, take them to the park. Get out and do some sports, some exercise, some hiking. Teach them things that they don't already know. Go camping. Explore your own country. It's about home. So less about traveling far away and abroad. Perhaps you've got a holiday booked. Yes, go on it, but there could be some challenges. And I already know here in the UK, there's going to be delays due to traffic control and all sorts of things. Take the children to see grandparents, aunties, uncles, cousins, relatives. Picnics. My children used to love picnics in the garden. Can we have a picnic tea tonight, Mum? Get out there and enjoy the fresh air and embrace the sunshine. The body needs it. The sun goes through us. It's what heals us. Well, that's sleep, exercise, decent food, and a happy lifestyle. What they tell you about the sun. 7 says do your research. This month, notice who you over-rely on or use as an excuse not to do something. What are you procrastinating about? What is your fear regarding moving forward? It's time to become more responsible to you. And who overly relies on you? This month, stand back. I read a story about a man who complained his wife didn't do anything. She was going away for a few days with her girlfriends. And before she went away, she decided not to organise the house, prepare meals for him and the children. She got herself ready and off she went. But the time she returned, he knew exactly what she did. If there is one person doing the home chores, join in and help them out. Thank them every day for what they've done. The clothes washed and cleaned and back in the closet, the meal on the table, the food bought and in the fridge. When we share what we call the chores, it brings us closer together. Spend this time creating meals with your children. It's a great skill for them to learn. Never too young to learn homemaking skills. By focusing on you, it is not selfish. When it lights you up, literally makes you feel lighter and brighter, all those around you also benefit. So it's not selfish. Let go of overparenting, whether that's with your elderly parents or your children or your siblings. Being a helicopter parent does not always pay out, and you'll exhaust yourself attempting to fix it. Nothing's broken. People need to learn through experiential growth. Telling people about what's going on isn't the way. It's about experiencing and growing from it. So let go of overparenting, controlling, nagging. Connect with the person that you are looking to complete a task function with and find a better way. Listen to what the other person has to say. Perhaps they want to do something first, and if your task isn't as important, let that happen, but have them commit to a time that they're going to do it, and a penalty if they don't. And when I say penalty, I don't mean anything like 10,000 lashes. I mean, perhaps they can't have their mobile phone for a while. Teaching your children independence means that when they go out into the world, you will not worry. Yes, you may feel no longer needed, and the empty nest syndrome is real. But knowing that they can survive in their own home, in another country or a different location around your own, is so much more comforting than one that really just cannot cope. So teach your children this summer how to do things within the home, within the garden, within the kitchen, and within the family. This month is about listening more and speaking less. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and this month we need to use it in that order. So many people feel unheard. They don't want things fixed. They want to be heard and acknowledged. That must have been tough. That was hard to overcome. Oh, I feel for you. How are you going to move forward? It's about counselling and coaching. I'm a firm believer coaching is way better than counselling, but you do need to hear where the people are at and where they want to go, and wait till they ask for your advice or support to help them get there. The 6 can get stuck in meddling and wanting to fix it, yet you've no idea what they want to fix. Let people find their own way. Now, that said, this month you may be called upon to look after somebody that's poorly, elderly or young. If you are, and it makes sense to do this, be 100% present with them. It will boost the healing, speed up the process. The 6 is about quality time, being in the moment, being present, being with family, being with friends, being with your community, being a part of your tribe. Now, this month may feel all out of sorts, chaos and confusion. Why? Have you ever heard of the saying, everything feels all 6s and 7s? That's where we're at. The 6 is about family, the 7 wants its alone time. It's interesting that this month's energy is a 15-6. So that means we've got the 5 and the 1 along with the 6. Both the 5 and the 1 are independent, about the self, as is the 7. And the 6 is about everyone else and family. It's about service and not servitude. The 1 suggests new beginnings, fresh starts and change. And the 5 suggests evaluate, progressive change. If things are not working the way you've been doing, there has to be another way. And sometimes the only way is to walk away. With relationships being a priority this month, emotions will be high. You could be overly sensitive, or your family may be oversensitive. Take a breath. If need be, take a walk. Think before you speak. Also, this month is suggesting if there have been conversations avoided, delayed, Now is the time to open them up. Open it up without blame or shame. Open it up with how a behavior makes you feel, how you want to feel, because how you currently feel doesn't feel good. It may be something way back in the past that you are carrying. You haven't spoken to your brother or sister for 10, 15, 20 years. Sometimes we don't even know why we've stopped speaking. This is the month to delve into it, to have that conversation, and if possible, to reconnect, and if not, to forgive them and forgive yourself and move on. Ask yourself, if you do not resolve what this relationship or this challenge or this disconnection is brought up, if you don't deal with it now, where will you be in a year's time? Where will you be in 5 years' time? And what if you did resolve it? Where would you be in a year's time? Where would you be in 5 years' time? Before having this conversation, set the intention to bring about peace, harmony, love, and resolution. This month, be mindful of your pets. The 6 is about home and family, and that includes pets and plants. Take good care and study your pet. The love they have is unconditional. You might go out all day and they'll still be there when you come home. Their little eyes or their big eyes looking up, saying, I'm glad you're back home. Start being glad your partner, your children, your parents, whatever, are with you in each moment. The 6 is a number of perfection. It wants to fix everything. It has views of how things are meant to be. We've got a 6-7 energy here, and I'm suggesting this month accept everybody where they are at and accept you where you are at. Only by accepting where you are at can you actually move forward. So many times when we think about ourselves, we're stuck with the past or fearing what might or might not happen in the future. Accept you for who you are and where you're at, and accept everybody else the same way. Let people live their lives. You can't live their life for them, and if you did, who's living your life? You've been given the gift of life, so start embracing it, being present in it. It's your life, spelled L-Y-F-E. Love yourself first every day. This month, chances are you will learn the difference between helping and interfering, loving and controlling, accepting and denying. Even saying those words, I can feel the uplift with the helping, the loving and the accepting. And I can feel the pull down with the controlling, interfering and denying. The higher we vibrate, the healthier we are. And this month, this 6 energy is about healing. It's time to balance and heal. Spend time in the moment. Get creative. Do your hobbies. They put you in the moment. And that is a good time when you are doing something creative to have those kind of conversations that need to be taking place without the head getting involved. As I mentioned last year and this year, it's about being responsible to you, honouring you and your inner child. People treat you the way you treat yourself. So if you want love and respect, then you have to give this to yourself and start treating others how you want to be treated. Know your boundaries and respect other people's boundaries. And it's your life. By loving yourself first every day, you will start to see love instead of fear, empowerment over disempowerment, connection and not disconnection. When you love yourself every day, you invite things in that are loving, kind, caring, and all those wonderful things. And that means that you invite in better relationships, more in alignment and in tune with you, better career opportunities, better friendships, better things that continue to lift you up. Before you go to bed every night, note 3 things you're grateful for. Do this for 21 days and see the difference it makes. The 6 brings birth and death, marriage and divorce. This month, if you move to a new home, congratulations. If you hear that a baby has been born, bless this little one with dreams, courage and love. If a wedding is on the cards, always remember why you fell in love and the vows you made to each other. Being in a relationship is a full-time job, so don't apply if you're not ready. Best relationships. Talk like best friends, play like children, argue like husband and wife, and protect each other like brother and sister. Sometimes the greatest relationships are the ones you never expected to be in, the ones that sweep you off your feet and challenge every view you've ever had. Relationships are mirrors, they teach us so much. The purpose of relationship is not to have another who might complete you, but to have another with whom you might share your completeness. Whether you're with someone or not, contemplate this. You should be with someone who feels honoured to have you and is proud to show you off to everyone. You should be with someone who cares about your well-being and is emotionally available to support you, help you heal and take care of your heart. You should be with someone who brings out the best in you. You are not a different person when you are with them. You are just a better person. You should be with someone who adores you, not just the way you look, but your spirit, your soul, who you are inside. You should be with someone who meets you halfway and wants to discuss and resolve issues with you. You should be with someone who is respectful, faithful, and loyal to you, even when you are not around. You should be with someone who knows all the broken parts of you, your struggles, difficulties, and your pain, and still loves you every bit as much. You should be with someone who looks at the body parts you don't think are good enough and thinks they are beautiful. You should be with someone who loves you and feels like home. Home is in the heart. Talking of love, love isn't always perfect. It isn't a fairy tale or a storybook, and it doesn't always come easy. Love is overcoming obstacles, facing challenges, fighting to be together, holding on and never letting go. It is a short word, easy to spell, difficult to define, and impossible to live without. Love is work, but most of all, love is realizing that every hour, every minute, and every second was worth it because you did it together. A strong relationship requires choosing to love each other, even in those moments when you struggle to like each other. Not all relationships work, some break. A bad relationship will make you feel more alone than when you were single. If you are working through a divorce right now, and it happens to the best of us, realize this. Without respect, relationships are lost. We're all different, and if someone can't value your differences and respect your values and beliefs, then they don't deserve a front row seat in your life. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it's the letting go that shows our strength. Regarding divorce, there's a difference between a real divorce and the legal divorce. The legal divorce is just about property, support, and children. That's all. The real divorce is about ending one life and beginning another, getting a new center of balance and making it work spiritually, emotionally, and practically. Divorce isn't such a tragedy. A tragedy is staying in an unhappy marriage, teaching your children the wrong things about love. Nobody ever died of divorce. And if you have lost someone, find time to grieve. Celebrate everything that you did and had together. And realize the irony of your loss is another's reunion. 6 is the family number. This month, have fun, get creative, do things with the family and your community. Spend time at home or out in nature. 6 sees the beauty in everything, even the challenges. We live in a world of duality. If there is something bad or sad, there is also something good and happy in there. You just have to dig a little deeper to see it, or change your perception and how you see things. The 6 can be both pessimistic and optimistic. It depends on whether you live in fear or love. Love is stronger than fear. Love is progressive, fear is oppressive. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do, and push that bell for notification. Please share my videos, help me raise awareness, get me up the algorithms. I have no idea how to do this. I'd really value and appreciate your help. And if there's a certain video that you'd like me to create, please get in touch and let me know. And just before I go, I want to remind you to take a look at the video I created in September 2023 with the 7 and 6 energy. I talk about boundaries and all sorts of things in that video that can also help you work through your responsibilities and sacrifices. Raise your vibration. Bring up your family to be inspired and happy and joyful in a world that needs more light. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.